Welcome to my 2020 Arnold Classic prediction list. This is my final prediction list. That is until we see the prelims and we see the call-outs, and of course, we're going to have other predictions after that. But this is basically a shot in the dark for a lot of these guys. We don't know where to place them until we see them, let's face it. And with bodybuilding, it all has to do with the shape that you bring that day. It has nothing to do with your past. Of course, a lot of the times, these guys are very consistent. Now, I wrote my predictions down in this this is the book, the Marks Max Muscle book. But anyway, there's a lot of information in here, a lot of requests from you guys that I will get to eventually before I go. So this is a very deep lineup, guys. This Arnold Classic, probably better than the Olympia, to be honest with you. Morgan Asti, Lionel Bayecki, William Bonac, Max Charles, Nathan Diasha, Big Ramy, of course, Dexter Jackson, Johnny O. Jackson, Cedric, we'll get to him in a second, Steve Kuklo, Josh Lenardowitz, Victor Martinez, whatever, Cedric McMillan, there he is, Patrick Moore, Sergio Oliva Jr., and Akeem Williams. That's quite a list, guys. That is a more impressive lineup than the Mr. Olympia, if you ask me, minus the champion and minus Hadi Chupin. So, this isn't an exact prediction list. This is where I'm placing certain guys. Now, there's groups. There's definitely groups. It's all about levels, ladies and gentlemen. The first list, this is the guys at the last. These guys are going to place 15th through 13th or 12th. Morgan Ashty, big newcomer. He's not really a newcomer. He competed back in 2004 all the way to 2014, and he also was a strong man. Big 6'3". A lot of these big muscle men, yes, they are strong, but 90% of the time it does not translate into a aesthetic physique. Sometimes it does. I don't think he'll place high. I think he'll be in the last grouping with Johnny O. Jackson. The guy's, 45. He was never the best to begin with. He had an awesome back, things of that nature, but very weak in the legs. And that's the first thing to go, let's face it. Except for Dexter Jackson, but it's a freak of nature. He will not be in this list. Victor Martinez, I see him placing very low. He's also a man of some age, and he has not been in his prime for quite a while, let's face it. Sergio Oliva Jr., he may very well end up in this grouping, but I firmly believe that he has been training hard. He will make a placing for himself. He'll be in the next grouping with Max Charles, Akeem Williams, and perhaps Patrick Moore. If all the other gentlemen ahead of him come in shape, of course, Patrick Moore, he could catch people sleeping. You know that. He's fantastic. Wish I had another commentary to talk with. Anyway, my wife's just next room listening to me talk. She probably thinks I'm half crazy. I tell her you guys are listening to me. Next grouping, these guys are going to place high. Now, it could be Patrick Moore, like I said. He could very well be in that placing. Josh Lenardowitz. Now, Josh is a guy who could flip-flop. I've seen him come in so soft, like a bar of soap. But if he nails it, the guy could place high. Steve Kuklo, also in that list. Nathan Diasha, also in that list. He could create damage, could create trouble for a lot of people. Now, Lionel Bayecki. I wish the guy would win this whole show. The guy was ripped off in 2016 at the Mr. Olympia Europe, and you guys know it. You know it. Anyway, it cost him a lot of money, 48 grand, 48 doll hairs from Dexter Jackson. You owe that to Lionel. Either way, if he comes in shape, he'll definitely land at the head of this little grouping here. He'll beat Steve Kuklo. He'll beat Josh Lenardowitz. He'll beat Nathan Diasha and Patrick Moore, who is a wild card. Both of those guys are wild cards. Now, here's the top list. This is the top list. Beginning with Cedric McMillan. Because he could place so low that I cannot hear him. So low that it is a tragedy to waste such a world-class structure. But around Arnold Classic time, he does make a good name for himself, and I think he'll place probably fourth. In my opinion, he'll place fourth. So I'll get into points here, or numbers. So Cedric McMillan, Dexter Jackson, I think he'll be good enough to beat everybody else. I don't think he'll beat the top guys, the two top guys. And we all know who they are. Now, most people, we don't need this anymore. Most people are going with Big Ramy. Like Dave Palumbo said, when was the last time Big Ramy lost a show that wasn't the Olympia? He usually wins, right? But he has not competed in a while. And his last showing, he was not very impressive to me. Not at all. Not at all. So, it is in my firm belief, and I've made this prediction before. I predict William Bonac. William Bonac is going to take the whole show, and you'll see it. Mark my words. If he doesn't, Big Ramy, well, Cedric McMillan could shock the world. If everybody comes in soft, then Patrick Moore has a shot, but far cry, guys, far cry. I know I'm going to see some comments. Patrick Moore is going to shock the world. If he shocks the world, if he comes in his all-time best, puts on a few pounds, I'll place him sixth. Heck, fifth. But it's a deep lineup, guys. It's a deep lineup. Patrick Moore, he's not going to puncture the top three, that's for sure. Big Ramy, it's his big comeback. I'm excited. I am, for one, cannot wait for this event. And like I said, after the callouts, I will be making another final prediction list before the finals. And I get comments on that saying that I can't make one after they call out. Because you can see where they're placing them, but you don't know where they're placing them exactly. So either way, it is going to be a fun one. Awesome. It's going to be a classic Arnold Classic. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Let me know where you guys place all of these incredible athletes, because whoever wins this one, he will be right there, I think. Right there with the Mr. Olympia champion because of the lineup. Because of the lineup. Big Ramy is more of a threat, I think, than the current Mr. Olympia champion, Mr. Curry. But either way, that is my opinion. We are all entitled to it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thumbs up. Have a great day, guys.